Find myself adjusting the pillows now. Trying to get comfy. Feel pretty comfy. I think I accomplished my goal of getting comfy. I mean, fairly comfy. I'm sitting in a chair. Hello, Barbara Webb. Hello, Louie. I got a little baby blankie in case I get cold. Hello, Brent. Well, thank you for saying I look like Bruce Willis. I always appreciate that. I like Bruce. Hello, Jack. Hello, Brian. How are you guys doing? Hello, Blue Wave. I don't know if I said hello to Brent or not. But, yeah. It is, what day is it? It's Wednesday morning. It is about 10:25. And it is November 29th. And I'm sitting out in my sunroom. Hello, mirror on the wall. Taking a quick child break. Hello, Tracy from Indiana. And honestly, just kind of playing around and experimenting and trying different things. And the more, I don't know, the older I get, the wiser I get, the smarter I get. Hello, Dennis. The more I realize it's good to try things and experiment and play around and mix things up. And even just now, I was about to go, good morning, Marisolo. I was about to push the live button, and I didn't quite like the angle on my camera, and I'm still not totally sure because I'm just playing around again. And I said, hey, let's get a little more altitude. So I ran out to the garage, grabbed the ring light, and we're doing it. Hello, Kenneth McFadden. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate when anyone follows the creator. I have been doing the show a long time. I've been on TikTok for just over 2 years, and I have a lot of fun with it. About 2 or 3 months ago, I said, hey, I feel pretty comfortable talking on camera. I'm going to pour myself into this. I'm going to try. I'm going to fail. I'm going to work on things. I'm going to play with things. I'm going to learn more about this whole content creation game, and have been pouring myself into it. Studying, reading, and again, but mostly learning through life and learning through trial and error and learning through experimenting. And, excuse me, using a magic 8-ball to cover up my coffee cup so it stays hot. Seriously. And, learning through experimenting and trial and error and playing around. And for the longest time, I've been doing my show, not the longest time, but quite a while, I was doing my show at 8 o'clock every morning and doing a live show every day. And I actually added a few different live shows in later in the day. And again, was just playing around. But I got to a point where I felt I couldn't possibly, good morning, 2-girl mom, go live any more often than I was. And I still had only achieved a certain level in terms of subscriber base and revenue. Because again, I started this show about 4.5 years ago because I was going through a dark time and a hard time and a time when I was suffering in a lot of areas of my life. And for some reason, one Saturday morning, I decided to go live on Facebook and kind of talk about my feelings a little more in ways most men probably wouldn't talk about their feelings. And people started watching and my audience started growing. And again, so much has changed over the last, coming up on 5 years. And I played around with different platforms and different, times and different schedules and what have you. Hello, Jimmy. And, but anyway, for the last few months, I've been going live at 8 o'clock every morning. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed, feeling like I couldn't keep up with the schedule. Our family life schedule changed a little bit. And the 8 o'clock time was starting to feel more burdensome than I could keep up with, at least on a daily basis. So for the last week and a half, as our family schedule has changed, I stopped going live. Sorry for anyone that missed me. I got people texting, messaging, going, hey, you okay? Haven't seen you live in a while. Haven't caught your live show. While it's good to be missed, it's also nice to be able to take a break every now and again. And I think it felt real good for me to take a week and a half off. I'm watching my kids today. I'm watching my babies. I got two little babies, a 1 year old and a 2.5 year old. And I got a little dog, Holly, that if you see my arms moving down below, I'm rubbing my dog's ears right now. And anyway, I thought I'd use this opportunity. I just laid the kids down for a nap a little bit ago and would use this opportunity on a day when I'm in a quiet house to try going live a little later and see how it works. And I was wondering, was I going to do it in the front room? Was I going to do it in the kitchen? I go, what the heck? It's a beautiful day. It's a sunny day. I might as well go live in the sunroom. So here I am. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, first of all, thank you. And for those that are new, thank you to you as well. Get a feeling when you can't go live. Who could do it like me, Jimmy? Who could do it like me? Anyway, for those that have been watching a while, in case you thought I was joking when I said I was using an 8-ball to cover up my coffee, I really was. Magic 8-ball. Those used to be a lot of fun as kids. I think the 60s and 70s and early 80s created a lot of cool toys. And I don't know when the Magic 8-ball was invented, but it's one of those simple little toys. Let's see what it says. My reply is no. I don't know what that means, but the Magic 8-ball's reply is no. But anyway, a lot of great toys were created out of them. It was a simpler time, a simpler life, I think an easier life, and a great time to be a kid. But before I get too far into that, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And I think this cup is pretty hot. If it is not, I've also filled up a Purple Yeti with the same delicious coffee. Yet to take my first sip out of this pot, my second pot of the day, and I'm excited to do it. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's the gingerbread coffee. It's pretty nice. I think the first pot we had was the pumpkin spice today. And it's fun having a bunch of different coffees, a bunch of different selections to choose from. And again, being able to mix it up with that. Because every sip, or at least every new pot, is kind of a different experiment or experience, and enjoying it. So let's have another one. But anyway, it's Wednesday morning. I talked about the family schedule changing a little bit. My wife got an opportunity that she couldn't pass up in an industry she loves, in a position I think she's going to do incredibly at. And she's going to be working a few days a week, which is probably good. I think it's hard in life when you spend so much time with your significant other, or if you're business partners with your significant other. And I think they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I think it's true. So she started a new position about a week and a half ago, and it's been challenging, and it's been, somewhat hard on me. I miss her. My kids miss her. I'm sure she misses my kids, and hopefully misses me a little bit. But again, I think she's going to do so well in this opportunity she took, and I'm excited for her. And she's done a great job so far, and she's just completing training, and she's I think going to love it, and I'm excited to see what she can do with it. So as kind of tough as it is, having your friend and your partner and your wife head out and miss them a little bit, I do. I'm also equally as excited knowing how good she's going to do and how excited she is for this job, and also excited about the ability I have, or the chance I have, or the opportunity I have to spend some time with my babies. For those who have been watching this show for a while, you've seen some highs and lows for me. I've been divorced, and I have two older girls. God blessed me with 4 beautiful kids. My 2 older girls live with their mom out in Oswego. Oswego's probably about 10 miles from where I live. I see them as often as I can, but they're both in high school now, and they're busy, and they got activities and jobs and sports that they do and friends, and the older one's got a boyfriend. Don't know what the younger one's status is, but I don't see them as often as I would like. And my biggest regret probably in life so far uh, has been that, and has been missing out. And again, I see them a lot, but it's not the same as when they live under your roof. And I think God works in mysterious ways, and I think we don't always understand why things happen. But I do believe things happen for a reason. And for some reason, all the missteps that I've made over my life, all the trips and falls and the picking myself up and dusting myself back off, have led me to a pretty good spot. A pretty good spot in a beautiful home in Naperville with a beautiful family and two little babies. That love their dad. Holly, come on. Holly put her butt up against the ring light and started doing one of these things and was shaking my phone. So if anyone's struggling out there, your daughters are just living their lives. They still love you. Thank you, Captain Kenny. I always appreciate your optimism. I don't feel so bad, but I do at times. I miss them. I know they're just living their lives. But I mean, it's hard, I think, when any child, leaves the nest, if you will. And when you're a divorced dad, I think that happens so quickly, and you have expectations the way life's going to come at you or be going forward. And again, I've talked about it a lot. I think most men don't realize what life's going to look like once they get divorced, and a lot of their time spent, the kids' time is spent at their mom's house. And I'll tell you what, even that aside, even time aside, it's just so much more fun being a parent as a couple, and together going through the experience and sharing the first smile or the first step or the first crawl or the first word or the first everything. And when you're at home, you know life's still good, and it can be good, and I talk about it a lot, how we're not alone, but it's just a lot nicer sharing all those firsts with the kid's mama. I missed out a lot on that the first time, so I don't want to get all sad and watery-eyed. I just don't know what else I want to talk about today. What time is it? 10:40. How long have I been live? I don't know. Let's drink some more coffee. It's cold out. I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois. It's a town of about 145,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. I think it's about 27, 28 degrees out there. We got a little layer of snow that happened on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And I love seasons, I love weather, and I would love to get a ton of snow this year. Last year it felt we were a little shorted on the snow up in the Chicagoland area. And again, I think weather's one of the neatest things. And again, I think, I don't know, it's life telling you to, when it's cold and snowy out, to maybe slow down and maybe appreciate the things, life a little slower. I'm hoping we get a lot of snow right now. And I'm looking at it. I just looked at the weather. We're supposed to have a little bit of warm up in the next few days. And but hopefully come Christmas time, we're going to have a white Christmas. Holly loves my show. I think Holly's my biggest fan because she knows when I do it, I give her lots of pets and lots of rubs. And I wish I could take this phone off the ring light, but it might cause troubles, and I don't want to do that, just to show you Holly. She's a beautiful English Springer Spaniel. She's probably about 50 pounds. And she and I love going. One of our favorite things to do is go for long walks. She loves it in the snow. I love it. Honestly, I don't love hot weather that much, but I love it almost year round. But we go on long walks through the neighborhood. And when I can, I let her run free, and she loves chasing squirrels and snipping things. She's just like a typical dog. And again, she helps, reminds me to appreciate the little things and live in the moment. And what have you. So, I don't know. I don't know what else I have for you. I don't know how long I'm going to talk. I'm very thankful my children are napping today. It's hit and miss. We're transitioning them from 2 naps to 1. Sometimes they take 2, sometimes they take 1. I throw caution to the wind a little bit. My younger one just turned a year. Beautiful girl named Eve. Her older brother's Augie. He's 2.5. I think if their mom was home, she'd have them be sleeping in separate rooms. Again, I throw caution to the wind, and honestly don't like moving beds around and packing plays around. So I put them down in the same room, and I'm hoping they get accustomed to that. And that if one wakes up early, the other one ignores them a little bit and keeps on sleeping. And right now I hear quiet upstairs, and a quiet upstairs is a good thing for me, because I cannot tell you. I don't know how old you guys are, if you have any kids. But 2 little ones can be exhausting. 2 little ones can be exhausting. And they're both at about the same level, and both walking, and both having expectations of what we're going to do, what we're going to be eating, if the TV's going to be on or off, or what have you. And just having 2 little ones can be exhausting. Their mama got home last night about 7 o'clock, and I cannot tell you how relieved I was when she did. I don't know. What's the song? These Are the Days by Natalie Merchant, or whatever that group was. 63 years old. My son is 34, daughter's 32. It went by too fast. Yeah, Captain Kenny. My older ones are 17 and 14, and it certainly did go by quickly. It certainly went by quickly. And again, I think God blessed me with 2 babies for whatever reason. Well, we don't even know. A lot of times in life, we have no idea why things happen, but they do. And again, and I remind myself a lot of this, and a lot of the reason I do this show is to remind myself of it's almost like therapy for me, and talking about the little things like remembering gratitude, or saying a prayer, or good habits, or what have you. And I go back and I always watch these videos, and I clip them into shorts and TikToks and reels and what have you. But a lot of times I think God works in mysterious ways, and I'll say something, and I'm usually about 3 weeks behind in my editing, and I'll say something on a live video, and as I'm editing that video, 3 weeks later, I'll be in a place in life where I'm going to need to hear that message. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it sure makes sense to me. And it happened for me the other day. I was feeling anxious and thinking about things that I had to do and had to take care of and had to accomplish, and I was getting all stressed. And I came across an old video of mine where I talked about living in the moment, and how when you're focused on the future, you're living in anxiety. And I realized, I was talking to myself, and it provided me a ton of peace, and immediately I started feeling better. And I think had me on a path to feeling a little bit better the last several days. So Holly's feeling real good. Again, I'm rubbing her left ear right now. She loves a good ear rub. I don't know a dog that doesn't love a good ear rub. This coffee's fairly hot, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it's not bad. I think it might be better out of this. Hello, Weebree. Where have you been? Where have you been, Weebree? Where have you been, Weebree? Holly, come on. Get away. She's got long, floppy ears. She shakes them. Her jaws flap back and forth. Sometimes some spit will fly up and wrap around her nose. It's not one of the prettiest things. Work, and more work. Sprinkling some sickness from baby daycare. Yeah, my babies have been sickish the last couple of weeks. My son Augie had to go to the hospital the other night. He had croup. It's the second time he has where we've had to take him in, and that's a scary experience. My little daughter Eve, who's the sweetest little, happiest little ball of love and ball of joy, and hasn't been herself at all over the last several days. But again, the nurturing side of me appreciates it. Yeah, they gave me a nebulizer. We have a prescription at home. But the nurturing side of me, or the maternal instinct in me, and I think I'm in touch with my feminine side, and I think I was born or meant, put on this planet to love on my kids. And with that, Eve's not been feeling well and needing extra cuddling time and needing extra love time and needing extra dad time. Uh, and it feels good. But for a guy that has big dreams and big goals and big uh, ideas and big thoughts always bouncing through his head, I'll tell you what, sometimes just living in the moment and realizing that loving on your sick baby is what you should be doing. Uh, it's sometimes tough for me. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's sometimes tough for me. And I want to find a mountain to climb, or even take out this furry beast and take her for a big walk. And sometimes you got to slow down and just love on your babies. Any fun holiday plans? Not at this moment. Not at this moment. I'm usually slow to getting ready for Christmas. I usually shop the week of, if not Christmas Eve. My wife, don't have our decorations up. We don't have a Christmas tree up. We're not totally sure where we're going to be putting the Christmas tree, because with two little ones and their mobility, they love grabbing things and throwing things and pulling things off. And I think they love nothing more than to attack a Christmas tree filled with beautiful decorations and to pull them all down. So there's talk of putting the Christmas tree up in the sunroom. I'd still prefer it in the front room, but I realize that could be more hassle than it's worth. I saw on Amazon a pop-up Christmas tree. It's hilarious. My friend got one. Takes 30 seconds to set. Kids love decorating trees, though. The kids love decorating trees. Even kids you don't think would. Because, again, we got older ones. And I wouldn't expect them to, and wouldn't expect that they have that much sentimentality. But it seems, I think, putting the ornaments up, I know putting the ornaments up is a heck of a lot more fun than taking them down. But I think kids love decorating a tree. And I know my wife does. And I kind of like sitting back and watching it and just kind of being a part of it. And again, the other day it was snowed for the first time, and my wife popped on some Christmas music, and just was a real pretty scene. And it'll be neat when we get our decorations up. I walked by a house in our neighborhood last night, and they had a big tree fall down a couple of years back, and they replaced it with some pine. And they had beautiful white lights wrapped around it, and their house looks so perfectly decorated, like simple class, if you will. With white lights, and just looks so beautiful with the snow on the ground. And I don't know, kind of got me in the Christmas spirit. So anyway, it is about 10 to 11. I wanted to, if your girls like Taylor Swift, there's a Christmas Swiftie house in Naperville. It was on the news. A Swiftie house, that's interesting. My daughters certainly like Taylor Swift. One is going to go to the concert next year, she says, so she hasn't seen the movie. The other one did go see the movie. My wife likes Taylor Swift. My stepdaughter loves Taylor Swift. I think there's a lot of people out there that really like Taylor Swift. She's an amazingly large star. It's kind of funny. Apparently she's dating a guy on the Kansas City Chiefs. And Kansas City lost to Denver, I guess, last week. I think I saw this on TikTok. And at the Denver Stadium, they played Shake It Off, I believe, by Taylor Swift. And I just thought that was kind of funny. There's a Justin Bieber house also. Could be. Naperville's got a lot of spirit, and wouldn't doubt, as big a stars as those are, that there's a Justin Bieber house and a Taylor Swift house. But anyway, it's Wednesday morning. I got a lot of cleanup to do. The kids make an amazing amount of mess in a very short period of time. And partially I like a clean house. Partially I know how much they love to tear the stuff out that I put away and clean up. I know it gives them lots of joy. And if I can give them a little bit of joy when they wake up from their nap along with a good lunch, and uh, it'll be worth some a little bit of effort. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining on this Wednesday afternoon. I so appreciate you. Hope you follow my page. Hope you subscribe to me on various social media platforms. I generally have a lot of fun. Sorry if it was just, again, I'm trying different things at different times in different locations, trying to figure out what works so I can balance family life and video production at the same time. And I do think going live is an important part of the equation. I just haven't figured out when and where and how much I want to do. But again, we'll figure it out. I don't need to know. We don't need to know the answer of life today. We're probably never going to know the answer to all questions we have in life. But as long as we keep moving forward and striving and being optimistic and believe in a better tomorrow, the answers will come to us in due time. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.